I still think about all of the things that we did. Sometimes I think it's all in my head. Sometimes I wish I could just forget you, but I can't. No, I can't, 'cause I still think about when we yeah. 'Cause I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over you. 'Cause I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over you. I'm too insecure. I'm never sure of what you're thinking of me. Love me, hold me softly. No, I'm too insecure. I'm never sure of what you're thinking of me. Or a little. 'Cause I can't get creep up on me. No, I can't get all of these feelings, they creep up on me. I need you here, I need your company. Made my mistakes and now I'm on my knees. Baby, can we pretend? Can we pretend like you're with me again? Without you here, it just don't make no sense. All of the time and the effort we spend wasted 'cause I'm too insecure. I'm never sure of what you're thinking of me. 'Cause I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over you. 'Cause I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over. No, I can't get over you. So cry.
Hello everyone, how are y'all doing tonight? Thank you all for coming to the stream, and as more of you start piling in, I have Tony here with me.
Why, hello there.
And Tom is in an undisclosed location that we'll find out soon enough. We got a very special treat for y'all tonight.
I was giving him all the time. That's Tom Cam. What's you doing over there, Tom?
What are you doing?
I'm cooking. We got some browned meats. We got brown hamburger with onions, diced onions. We're gonna make spaghetti, yo.
You know, this feels like a news station right now. It feels like a news station now that I think
Tom, over in the kitchen cam.
Back to you, Tony.
Awesome.
bit of a delay, you know.
Well, it's looking really good. It smells really good. So for tonight, we're going to be cooking up a little meal for y'all. We're all going to take some turns and start putting some things together. As you already know, Tom's working on that sauce. Very excited about that. And we're going to be doing a little bit of dabbling back and forth on the art. Art is our concept for tonight.
Yeah, typically on this part of the month, we will be making sure that we get other artists to come on and showcase our types of art. Essentially what we're going to be doing today is just talking about the concepts that we would like to do in the future. With everything going on right now, it's a little too risky, I think, for us to be having other people coming on right now, especially since a lot of businesses are just kind of closed down. But also, I don't know, it's kind of hard to get everyone kind of grouped together last minute, so we're giving everyone a month notice. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
Making sure we give everyone like a really big month notice. That's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna fix something right quick. Your mic and you can give it a go.
Well, welcome. Just letting y'all get a little more further in. Let's start breaking down projects. Mainly that I'm excited for, that we can start breaking and getting together, is when I have a lot of like painters come on the stream and show us their form, whether it be abstract or traditional, brushstroke or digital. Get to see some very specific styles and interpretate them, and hopefully we can have a way that we set it up where you at home can practice along and give it a shot. That's why we're giving everyone notice, so they can start gathering up some things and look close to the bulletin boards as we get closer to see what we all need. So definitely interactive. I'm excited for that.
And truthfully, I mean, the whole reason why Over the Way is becoming a thing is I want to make it accessible for independent artists that are... There's a lot of people who kind of know what they're doing but don't have the correct platform for boosting themselves up. But there's a lot of new artists who, I mean, if you see something on the show that you think is fun and you want to try it, I mean, truthfully, like if you see a cool abstract piece, or, I mean, Thomas over here, he'll explain later, I mean, cooking's a type of art. I mean, if you look closely enough at any kind of activity, it's an art if someone's passionate enough about it. So, I don't know. We're willing to literally showcase anything. If someone's passionate about it or you want to give it a try, I mean, and if you're not too nervous about doing it on live stream, I mean, come on down. We will host you. We'll have fun. I mean, we're trying to make it as communal as possible.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about giving it a shot ourselves. Definitely tried art and painting or multiple different forms in small increments, but following somebody that's doing it, I'm generally excited to have those new experiences ourselves and have you all included.
Truthfully. Well, I mean, we can get kind of right into it. We're all kind of gonna take turns cooking, and I guess we'll tell you what. Actually, you know what, Thomas? Why don't you tell them what we're cooking tonight? All the sploopos that we're cooking tonight. I'll let you know when the lag's done being laggy.
We'll take you over to the Tom Cam.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe here soon.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Oh, look at that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, T-Oil, and thank you for following.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Follow us. I'm making spaghetti. And we're making it with not only normal noodles, normal spaghetti noodles, but we're also going to have spaghetti squash. Which if you haven't had that before, it's a squash that you cut in half. And it's really stringy when you put it through the oven for 45 minutes, I believe. And that's what we're making right now, and hopefully we can do this more often and make different stuff that's more complicated or, more interesting. But I wanted to start with something that I know personally really well how to make. Everybody in my family is going to make a bunch of jokes about how I love spaghetti too much.
Spaghetti's delicious.
I loved it when I was a child, and my brother for some reason thinks it's hilarious, which it is.
And if you don't really know it, have you ever tried Tom's spaghetti? It is art. It's very delicious and it goes really quick, so I'm excited to have a little bit of that tonight. We around the woods, we call them sauce balls for a reason.
That's true. That was my nickname for a while.
All sauce balls, Tom Grove.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but my sauce is balls. You gotta try it. It's coming out. It's gonna be branded. I'm gonna have my own branded sauce. Right, Tony?
Oh, I agree, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
I would love that.
That's a future project. That's 10-year plan project. Totally.
It's all coming together for that one sauce.
I think there's a video that we just recorded where you guys were playing video games, and it was, I think you were talking about sauce. So there's the commercial. You'll see it. Check them out whenever they have their page up for video games.
Yeah.
The video games.
It's a good announcement, too, is that me and Thomas have partnered with Tony to start up a Let's Play series. Definitely going to be traditional, non-traditional. I'm not really sure how to put it since we're just in those gears going, but we're excited to start that journey and just have fun with all of y'all in the community and stuff. Just come on out and hang out. We'll have those released as an episodic series. So.
I don't know if I should tell them what they're doing first. What I know we're not gonna tell them. We're not gonna tell them. It's gonna be a surprise.
Just look out for that.
I showed them the edited version of a video they just did the other day, and I'm kind of proud about it.
I'm
proud of it.
I'm a real proud dad on that editing.
Proud dad. It was solid work. Well, we're gonna get into the projects that Mikey kind of hopes to bring on. Mikey's gonna go first. Thomas is gonna go second, and I think I'm gonna go and talk third. So, Mikey.
Absolutely. Right. So, shall we say people by names or more of like what we hope to aspire to accomplish?
I mean, as long as we don't say last names, I feel like.
Yeah.
Not put him on the spot. Be like, oh, so that guy didn't come on, obviously.
Shirt.
What a butthole.
We're reaching out to some of our closest friends and community members who, like, throughout our town alone, there's some amazing artists, all in their own forms, and it kind of started our drive to create the platform so people can be able to advertise themselves and meet other artists and collaborate. We're hoping to get that bridge built with doing the collaborations ourselves, and I think right off the bat I want to have a close personal friend on whose name's Dave, and I've watched his like artist journey, whether it be on like Facebook or Instagram or seeing them in person, and I love the abstract style that he does. I think it would be very interesting for all of us to come together and try a form of abstract painting, just very interpretive. I really like looking at his pieces and figuring out like if there is a message or whether or not what emotion was really driving that piece. and I know he's a fantastic artist. I'd love to see an explanation through that journey. I think bringing a lot of artists on, such as painters, is going to be a big theme. A lot of good people out there. As far as culinary, we're giving that a shot tonight too, with our own little personal dish. Tom's the head chef at the house, so makes sense that we're going with the meal that we cook probably the most. It's good though, and I'm thinking down the culinary path. We currently work at a restaurant with phenomenal culinary artists in their pastime and at the restaurant. I was thinking of asking a personal friend as well, Alyssa, to walk us through a bakery, working with fondant and very specific styles and tools used to create gorgeous cakes and muffins and anything that you can think of in between. I think having a step-by-step on even how fondant is made and how it's used would be really fun, and everybody can grab their ingredients too and make it at home. And I think another third project, we are all in the music atmosphere, all of us as artists, and I think it would be cool to have a deep dive into how the technological side of music works, such as recording and making tracks, mastering audio. I have another buddy that does his own music from scratch, whether it be with instruments or is making sounds through software. I would love to have my buddy Corey on, who's an aspiring artist right now. If you look at Carbine C Music, he's a wonderful person and makes very interesting and wacky music that I love. And it would be cool to have him on to show us the process of starting and working through to a finished product of a song. I think as my main three, that's about where I'm at right now. So, good deal.
Could you elaborate a bit more on the last one for me?
Oh, my buddy Corey makes music even with lack of equipment. So I think it would be cool to break through the process of starting a track with no instruments and making music via samples and
Gotcha. So kind of ground up music building.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool to have. I'd love to do different segments of either teaching you guys or showing the behind the scenes look of kind of audio engineering, but also, the creative process. That's almost like multiple art forms coming together of just, almost having separate podcasts for you guys where it's just one time we just focus completely on audio engineering and we show you the process that I go through quite frequently of just building a song from the ground up, but a lot of it is just kind of understanding to hear the things that you are inclined to hear. There's no right answers, which is kind of tough sometimes to remember that when you're making a song, there's not really a right way to do things ever. It's just the way that you want to do them. But also, if we had someone on here with the creative process, it'll be an interesting thing to see us, create with different people, especially on the spot. Because sometimes you get really cool things, and other times you get just alright things.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to look back into the setbacks as well. I think most people as artists understand that when you start to critique your own work, the progress doesn't move forward. Working with people on the fly will have a bit of both worlds on what works and what doesn't work, and how those setbacks could not necessarily be bad things when you're creating. Cool to look into that and experience it live.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Giggity, giggity.
Break it right over to the Tom Cam to get a little update.
Oh, I don't know when. It's gonna switch.
Oh, you switched, bro.
We're switched. We're over now. It's over.
How's it going over there, Tom?
So we got the noodles going now. We're cooking it in a very unusual pan. But that's okay. Sometimes you gotta break out of the mold. You do something nuts like cook noodles in a wok. Well, I guess you would do that with a wok, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't boil them in a wok. would you? The sauce is done, pretty much though. Can you guys see this? Is it got good visuals on the sausage?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
No, the lighting.
The lighting, it's just a dark hole.
You gotta get in there, Tom.
Give it a full
Jump it on the
45
camera.
degree.
There we go. Yeah, I almost probably did. Can't see it at all, but that's okay, you know. Improvements will happen. And that's what we got going so far. The squash is probably pretty close to done. But that's not my department. In fact, I got everything done that I need to get done.
You got all done, right?
Yeah, I mean, whoever's next. Go now. Let's go.
So I'll get that squash moving. Bam! Come on in, Nog.
Hello, I will talk now.
More talks. So for you, Tom, what kind of ideas and or visions do you see for future projects?
Well, we talked about cooking a bit. I definitely want to cook some interesting things that I know how to cook, but also try stuff that I've never done before. I almost feel that would be way more interesting, but I wanted to start with something I knew how to do, because if I don't know what we would do if I was doing something I had no idea how to do. I wouldn't be able to talk. I'd just be too focused.
Super focused.
But that's what I want to do. Also, I want to get people to help us figure out different recipes or show us how to make an ingredient, almost even like mozzarella. As Mikey said, I believe he said we work at Pizza Corello. Both of us do. And some of the people there are very good at what they do. And we can get them on the show to show us how to do something live. It would be incredible. They also, one of the owners told me that I could use the kitchen for some things in the future. Obviously not all the time, but we could record some things.
It'd be a treat, for sure.
Yeah. Another thing was improv acting, which I did a little bit of quite a few years ago. And I definitely wanted to get back into it because it's something that anyone could do. You don't have to have tons of knowledge on it. I mean, I guess you kind of need to know what you're doing, sort of, but you don't have to be the best actor in the world in order to do improv. And I definitely think it would be a cool thing to do on stream with people that we've maybe practiced with, or even people that have never done it before, just to teach them how to do it, or even, you know, have somebody that knows even more than me about it come in and show us how to do it in their eyes, you know, because none of us are experts. I mean, by that I mean, like, we're good at things, but we're not the best at, like, I'm not the best cook in the world, so there's definitely someone that could show me a bunch of things. And it would always be good to have someone on to show us a new thing. I think that's what I look forward to the most about doing this. And other than that, music is also, I think all three of us are probably going to talk about doing music. Doing live music on this live stream would be pretty cool. I've never tried to do that in a really semi-professional setting before.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to do. Also, just recording videos of us playing with different guests that we bring in the future is something that will propel us forward, onward, to the goal of, I don't know, 1 million subscribers, something. We have a goal. It's to have fun. That's the goal.
Definitely getting everyone involved, for sure. I was thinking of the creative process for improv too when you mentioned it. Experiencing a form of it ourselves when we would do it in school. It's not an easy process to just attempt. Some people are naturals at it, but there are rules. Like, there's tons of rules of every kind of art form that'll be fun to learn. And creating something funny in the moment takes a lot of listening and patience and, you know, timing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited for the improv thing because we all do improv every day as we're going about our lives, and turning that into a form of comedy is gonna be really fun.
Yeah. Really, but I mean, depending on what kind of style of improv you're doing, improv can be as easy as just having a conversation with one of your friends and, making whatever jokes come through. Half the jokes I ever make are just coincidental timed jokes that just happen to work. I'm just like driving a car with no steering wheel. That's what I'm doing with my jokes.
No steering wheel and it's a bike. You're on the highway.
Yeah, my jokes are just flying out, and if they land, then that's great. Most of the time they do, but then sometimes they don't. You just gotta be ready for that.
That's a good segue. Improv recovery.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a while since we worked on improv or something like that, but
Right.
Bringing a flatline joke back is an incredible feat.
Yeah.
It's like winning a crowd over in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, to be able to do that with without planning it, which is what improv is, without planning, is nuts. I've never done it. I mean, when I did improv years ago, I had jokes that just did not land, and then they just wouldn't land, and no one would ever laugh at me for the rest of that show.
The rest of the school year.
Yeah. No, not the. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But it would be cool, I mean, in most art forms, like, talking about the rules of, you can hit 3 if you want.
Oh, 3, go over to Tony.
We're gonna get
Tony in the booth.
It's cool culturally if our platform gets big enough, then we can have people from different backgrounds of society. And I mean, I talk about music theory, and people always talk about wanting to learn music. But logically, I mean, if you have enough passion and enough, like, honestly, it's more about dedication than understanding the rules per se. It's like it's easier to talk to people and converse with people when you understand the rules that dictate that society. So it's like, if you go to play music in China and I'm trying to use the standard music theory I've learned in America, I'm probably going to be very lost and be a little confused. And if I'm not able to, like, go into, like, this form of, like, just go with the flow and hear what they're playing, rather than, like, this isn't what I was taught, like, I think that would be a cool thing to show people. Because, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of talented people out there that think that they just don't know enough, and they just don't go and, I don't know, work with really cool artists because they don't think, I don't know. So many good artists that don't know, like, the rules of it, but understanding the rules are super important. There's just different rules from every different form of culture. That's all I had to say. That's and you're number 2.
Back to the
Back to 2.
studio. Well, number 2. Man, I'm just learning how to switch this over.
I'm glad it's working.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, it's
evolving.
pretty smooth.
Yeah.
At least for right now.
Yeah. So I think that was all I had to say on what activities or learn what we want to learn on the show or what we want to do with the show. I'm really just excited to be doing it because I've seen a lot of creators on the internet doing these kinds of things. And not exactly what we're doing, because we're going to try and be as unique as possible, but I've always wanted to do something like this. So, and other projects, like doing music. It's been really cool to do music out here in good old Wyoming.
Surprisingly, a pool of talented individuals come out of the Midwest.
Right. It's not that there wasn't talent where we came from in Virginia.
Definitely was.
But when we were there, we weren't really...
I think ourselves, we weren't as practiced.
Well, nobody would really play with us because we weren't as practiced at that time. And also, we weren't 21, so we couldn't go into, like, bars where people were playing.
Yeah, it's very limited based off of what locations you can go to.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm excited to take on a project here soon where we are going to be more mobile. Like we said earlier, we would have access to go to a separate kitchen to try some culinary things, go to some different studios and whatnot to practice maybe like forms of clay. I would always like to try some molding.
Yeah.
Never really given that a true shot.
Yeah, that's right. I remember talking about that with you.
I think go like not tangenting, but like another form of art is like maybe firearms. You know,
Yeah.
going out into a shooting range or you know, practicing precision or archery. All different kind of forms and different eyes.
Right. Or even like talking with doctors at the hospital or something. Like once COVID's not really that big of a thing.
Yeah, the medical profession is full of precision, which in its own is an art form.
Yeah, I mean,
Studying the human body.
It gives me a place to advertise my most recent videos. Doing a COVID and how it's affected the artist community series on my YouTube channel, AytuC.
It's very good.
And I'm super excited. Right now I'm working on. I did a piece for nonprofits and like state governments and how they're handling it for the smaller businesses. And now I'm gonna do a more direct one on like the artists on the ground. So I'm doing like local businesses. This is gonna be more full-time artists. But then the third part of the series is gonna be like us. Like, I mean, the independent artists who aren't exactly full-time, but they put enough time in to be considered artists at least.
Yeah.
People who put in a lot of time just don't get a lot of specific recognition all the time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Not that we don't get recognition. I mean, it's just like this, building up a new platform on Twitch is such an interesting concept because I'm so used to working with people face to face. Like I'm finally used to being on camera, but I wasn't there for a second. We'll switch.
Yeah,
Switch.
getting the ball rolling itself too. A lot of people have taken that plunge where like, all right, I'm gonna hit record and I'm gonna just go for it and like live stream, and it is a very unique platform to be on, where it's just talking live.
Truthfully. And going back to your being on the move, this might be a perfect place to advertise Ava. And actually, you're
All
up,
right,
man.
yo.
You're up for the cooking. We're all taking turns cooking something in the shploop-de-doop. But this is kind of a
from you.
yeah,
Stay over there, bro.
yeah, bro.
Stay on your side.
That's why I put you on the other side of the couch, bro.
Yeah.
Don't want to be next to you.
Man, if we sat next to each other, it would be like an atomic bomb. We'd like decimate an entire population with the energy. That actually kind of makes it sound like we like each other. I couldn't, the bit didn't work for me, I'm sorry.
That sounds like every trope is just like, man, why are they so mean to each other? It's like, I just want to get together. Thomas, I'm secretly in love with you. You heard it first, folks. Find out next week what happens on the two ends of the couch. That's a show people would watch. Two ends of the couch. Two ends of the same.
The whole show is 30 seconds. It's just me being like, "Hey, stay on that side," and that's the end of the show.
You know,
You would watch that, right?
So I mean, it's 30 seconds. You know, I'd probably watch it.
I mean, I was talking to them, but
Oh,
they're here, you know.
yeah, you're right here. Tony, you could like acknowledge that they're here. You know. Well,
They
okay.
can't hurt you. They can't hurt you, Tony.
You can't
We're
prove.
safe here.
You cannot prove that.
You're right, actually.
You
I
really-
can't. I
you
can't
really
prove
can't.
that one of them won't hurt you in the future.
In the moment, it's less likely, but I still don't trust it. I got some trust issues, alright, guys? Alright, going back to what Mikey said about the traveling art. So we're partnering with a nonprofit who's actually part of my COVID and the way that it's affected the artist community series. They're a local business who really focuses on the visual arts, so they do a lot of throwing and clay work. And just visual arts in general, like painting and drawing, that type of stuff. They teach classes, and they also give people options to... You can use that pan. I set that up for you right there.
This one?
Yep.
Oh shit.
I even sprayed Pam on it already for you. That's my bad. I telepathically said that. I didn't even.
Yeah, you stopped talking and just locked on. You know, like,
I saw him moving stuff. I was like, what is he up to? What is he up to? I'm sorry, bro. I didn't say anything. I keep getting distracted. All right. But we're partnering with Ava Community Arts Center. They're right downtown Gillette, Wyoming, and they're super cool. They give people yearly memberships if you really want to be a yearly member, but they also let you go in there for $5 first time use. I guess not first time use. Just anytime you want to go in there, you can pay $5, buy some clay from them, and then just have a place to even do. They'll kiln their work for you. It's super cool. So we're planning to do some of our live streams like these art concepts once a month. So typically it would be today, but it's gonna happen in about a month. I think it's the 10th of January. Today's the 13th, right? Yes, the 10th of January. Yes, a month from now. A month of podcast from now, we are going to be in Ava Art Center, hopefully with another artist, or maybe just working on one of our art projects that we're talking about today. Yeah.
You best believe it.
Hey, Mikey, what are you making, bro?
And that's the Camp Peace Guarantee.
That's the camp.
I was saving this up and I was like, oh, gotta get a good shot, and boom, but it did it already.
But it did it already.
Next time we do this, you know.
Oh yeah, that sweet poppage. All right.
Sweet croissant.
Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Everyone
The
does.
sweet pop.
Give this a little walk. Yeah, make sure that stays stable.
But
So, y'all, what we're gonna finish up this nice squash spaghetti dinner is with some garlic butter
crescent rolls. You know, you gotta have the garlic bread with the spaghetti.
and especially croissant rolls, I almost got they were all out of them, but the Hawaiian roll croissant rolls.
Even better.
Those aren't those, but I imagine those they're so sweet, but then you add them with something really salty, and then yeah.
In the event I can actually make a croissant, we'll see, but I'm thinking a nice little garlic butter just plays really well with the spaghetti life, so definitely excited to get this all lathered up and ready to rock, so thank to you guys.
We'll take it from here.
We'll take it from here.
So the weather today, I don't know.
So the weather today has a high of 55.
We're in Wyoming. It's snowing.
So tomorrow, expect every season in one day. But don't be surprised because you've lived here for 10 years. And the minute that you're surprised, you will get yelled at.
And then you die.
And dude, honestly, little known fact.
That once you're surprised, you die.
So Wyoming.
That's
Get surprised.
That's the Wyoming trope, man. You come here, don't be surprised. Just don't be surprised.
I've had this experience coming into Wyoming, where it's just like, man, it's cold, and somebody just goes, "You think that's cold?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
I've seen cold. You haven't been here in the before days.
I was born in an ice tray. There's love-hate with Wyoming, but
It can be a complete blizzard, and someone will be like, "Man, this is nothing. This is a Tuesday for me."
No, the biggest Midwestern thing you could say about the cold is just like, man, you know, it's not that cold. It's just that wind. It's just that wind that makes it so bad. I've said that so many times because it's true.
Yeah, it's
It is
absolutely
true, but it's such a stereotype of just like it's really like I could handle this if it just wasn't so damn windy.
negative 10 in Wyoming feels pretty good, but it's always that darn wind.
Then the wind
chill.
comes in, and then you get that negative 40 feel, and it hurts.
It's a sad truth.
When you walk outside and your eyes just freeze over, you know. You know, I'm not one to talk. North Dakota does have it a bit worse. You know?
North Dakota.
And I'm sure everywhere north of here, because there's like a full country or a couple countries like above us.
Oh yeah.
They're probably pretty cool.
A couple
right now.
countries above us.
There's probably a couple of countries above us, right?
Location.
There's at least one.
got like Canada and Greenland and
Canada.
Canada. Canada's like 2 countries. You know how
Yeah,
big that
man.
place is?
Isn't like
like-
France and Canada somewhere?
I mean, there's like the part of Canada that is taken over from French people.
You know, I almost feel like it would be easier instead of traveling through all the different states with all their different customs. You just go into Canada and then go across and then go down into Maine somehow. That way you just travel across one united kingdom. That's Britain.
One United Kingdom.
Thomas, you know that Maine's a myth, right?
Maine doesn't exist.
Maine doesn't exist, bro.
People think that about here, though.
We don't exist.
Oh.
We are mythical creatures
How did I get here?
who talk about exactly.
Help.
Send hope. So there's your cooking tangent of the day.
Yeah.
I would like to do, again, I'd like to do this in the future. I definitely want to get a better setup for you guys at home so you can kind of see if we're teaching you how to make something that's a little more like simple at home. I see all those videos online, like when you're producing it and you're actually making it and having someone film something, it's a lot easier. But live stream, if we could have like a face down camera and you could see kind of what's going on over there. Right now it's just kind of like, hey, we're making this food and you're going to kind of watch us.
Yeah.
It's just something to do while we talk about,
Yeah,
about
let's
this.
pan over just to visually, so they can visually see what he's doing.
What are you doing?
He's just putting butter on a thing, I think.
What are you doing? What are you doing,
Stuff.
Mickey?
I got a nice little mix here of non-brand garlic and herb butter because we're not sponsored. And I'm getting a nice little topping off on the crescent rolls. 'Cause rolls by themselves, delicious. Add some butter, even better. Garlic butter? Hell yeah. And
Garlic bread at work, bro.
Two, garlic butter bread at work.
Oh,
We had an impasse actually last time we had a stream where I got really hungry, like stupidly hungry, and I was like, I don't know if I can think straight, and so we had to go get food and stuff. Better idea for next stream: make food while we're streaming. Best of both worlds.
legitimately.
But I got a nice little butter up here. Let me go ahead and give you a little little shot here.
Can.
Little can with those
That's
little
way better
dudes.
than my sauce shot.
Oh, so good. And look at them slide. You know they're gonna be filthy.
Oh.
I just felt like one of them was gonna like slide out.
When you had the sauce shot, I thought it was just over top of the
That
camera.
would have been hilarious. And
little more
also
chili.
terrible, because it's also my dinner.
Right?
Could you stir those with Nunos?
Those nudes.
Nudes?
Those dirty nudes. Sorry, I don't want to go down that path.
Don't go down that path, Thomas. Don't
I
do it.
just wanted to make a joke, and then I was like, nah, it's getting too weird now. I can't make that joke. I was gonna say though, for the cooking, because we're not really teaching it right now. We're just kind of like we're just doing it on stream. But in the future, I was like, if we do it on stream, then we can maybe film a video beforehand of like all the stuff that goes into
Yeah,
it.
so we can all screen share the kind of like, this is what we're doing. Do it along with us.
Yeah, here's everything you need. Here's how you're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on stream.
I would like to give people, like, if we're doing an art project that people can do with us, like, maybe the week before, like, a couple days before, send out the ingredients or have a
Send them out.
Yeah, like we're giving them maybe a bulletin or something of all the stuff you'll need for either the art or the food, like a little shopping list.
Yeah, right.
I think that'd be a fantastic idea.
fan tubulos here.
They had the bread on top of it was
Tuso,
Tizzle.
fantastic.
Fantizzle.
So who's in the stream with us?
You know, that's a
How
great
many
question.
people? We need to talk about our people right now.
We gotta talk about the people. Here. Yeah. You know, let's get, before I talk about the things that, the art projects I want to accomplish, we're gonna talk to you guys. So give me a second. We have to switch to the mic cam, because then we can see the chibbity chat.
Transitions.
I know there's not an insane amount of people in here, but I know there's at least one or two. You should share what art projects you're kind of working on right now while you're looking at Mikey.
Oh, I'm doing a special thing right now.
While Mikey's cooking, because usually this camera is just going to be a front-facing camera of us, but instead it's just a Mikey.
Yeah.
Are there any cool projects that you guys are working on? Are there any cool projects you guys want to see in the future on this channel? Anything that you guys want to learn and see a potential professional do just that? Oh, he's making over-the-way fan art? Bro, that's so fast. Please. That's so cool.
Oh, so this is Colton. Hi, buddy. So, Colton is actually a family member of mine. He's my cousin. He's already been here since day one, and I love him dearly. He does some streaming a little bit on the side, do a little bit of Among Us or Fortnite. I definitely love to watch the videos and get more in tune with it, but very proud of what you're doing right now, and thank you for joining in and watching. I cannot wait to see the art.
That's super cool. I'm excited. Fan art. I don't know how many other people are watching. I know that a couple people I had watched last time were just kind of. When I watch live streams, I'm not like actively paying attention, like totally. I just like listening to the voices. It's more of a podcast for me, and we're a vlogcast right now, so Oh, Mikey, he sent you some. We will totally check it out later. We might even, if people will actually send us art projects in or art that they're doing, we might even showcase it, do kind of a fan art podcast in the future. We have that art news segment of Over the Way, so that might be a good part to show the art that our fans are doing in the future.
Definitely excited to check it out, buddy.
Appreciate you saying that, man. I'm gonna get into the art projects I hope to accomplish in this before it gets too late. It's already 7:40.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes.
We got that 20 minutes.
That was a fast 40 minutes.
It really was. It really was. Last time was just purely talking, so I think it was a little bit more daunting.
Oh yeah. It's probably about.
Got a strainer right there too.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to switch out, you can switch out too.
I'll hit it with a strain and then come over.
Yeah, I might as well since I've been sitting over here for a minute. I guess one thing I wanted to say before you get into yours, since I'm about to go over there, is that I forgot what I was gonna say.
What are you saying, Tomo?
I don't know, man. I was
What are you saying?
I think it was
What are
related,
you
it was
waiting
related to the
for?
fan art. Also, hi Colton. I haven't seen you in years, but how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, the fan art and stuff. I think it would be cool to eventually have a bunch of people do that, and the more people that share this, however many people are in this lobby right now, the more possibilities we have to work with people. And I'm not really even interested in how many views we get, but just how many different people can send in work and we can see what people, draw of us or draw of anything really. Just do any kind of art. Should we have a hashtag or something?
Yeah. We'll probably just do hashtag Over the Way Pro. Hashtag Over the Way PRO.
Pros.
Yeah.
Only
So the same as our website, and I don't think that I was using that hashtag the other day. There's nothing else on it as of right now. But yeah, no. Or we could do hashtag Over the Way Pro for now. We can make a fan one in the future unless you just want to come up with one right now.
I don't know. I guess we go with that for now because we don't
Hashtag
have a large fan base.
Yeah, for sure. Hashtag Over the Way Pro and send us some stuff. And yeah, again, Colton, if you have artwork that you're doing that isn't related to us, we'd love to see just art that isn't related to if you want to make something that has to do with us, totally. Would love that. I really haven't that saves us future work. Honestly, I'm working on graphics and stuff. So if anyone ever feels the inclination to make stuff related to us, please and thank you. But show us the art that you're passionate about too. That help you boost up your stuff.
Oh yeah. All right.
Let's do this.
Cool.
We're switching. Oh gosh, you guys can't see anything.
Whoa.
We're so fast. So
Big
quick.
old switches.
Whoa! Tom walked past and I'm here.
Tom walk.
No, I didn't walk anywhere, man. I just walked.
Well, I'm gonna get into the art projects that I'm sploopal in, or I want to sploopal. So my first thing that I wrote down was parent projects. I personally have worked on a lot of things with my brother and my mom. They're both artists in their own right. I would consider them more musicians than anything else, but honestly, in every respect, I usually, if I have an art project I'm working on, I just send it to both of them, and I like their opinion because they have a good point of view. They actually give me good critiques. And I think it'd be cool to have them on the show at some point. I know that he brought up just artists in general that we know, but my brother, he used to do a lot of the rave gloving.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm on my YouTube channel. There's a video of me back when I did art at AytuC. I actually did this type of podcast about 4 years ago. And it's art at AytuC, and pretty much the only one I did was my brother, and he was doing gloving. And then I stopped because I got too busy with college. But I'd love to have my mom on, and either whether it's building an art project or just, showcasing. Me and her have made a few covers together. Worked on a couple of covers and just build them up from the ground up and phenomenal singer, and my brother, he's getting into producing, and he's a phenomenal singer when he puts the time in, and I absolutely love working with what he's just really dedicated. It's super cool to see how far he's come in just a short amount of time with him being a producer. So I hope to do that. It looked like you guys both had something to say from that. Or were you just listening?
I'm just eating noodles.
Okay, he's just eating noodles,
I just
right?
wanted to chime
You looked
in.
inquisitive. You're just like, another thing I have, so one of my band members, one of me and Thomas's band members, Addy, and I guess just one of our friends, like I just said, one of our friends. But Addy, he's gotten really into, on top of being a phenomenal musician, I'll call him an all-around musician because he's just really good at any instrument he picks up.
It's true.
But he's really gotten into paint pouring this last few years and painting. And like his most recent one that he actually gave to a family member, I wish I would have seen that thing before he gave it away because it was fun. Like seriously, just the picture of it was phenomenal, and it was supposed to be this huge paint pour, which actually I hope to get him on our website overthewaypro.com to actually sell custom-made paint pours here in the next, I hope 6 months. I hope to have that fully functional. He hopes to even have an accessibility tool to where you can kind of pick the colors you want. And he'll make the paint pour for you. And also, I mean, I wouldn't hold it past him. I want to get him on this show to have kind of like that camera down and show you guys the process he does. So I mean, like, he'll make one for you, and he'll put a lot of time into it because he's really dedicated if he's into something that he's doing. But he will show you the process, and we'll even give you like at least 3 or 4 days, kind of what we were saying before. Have you guys understand the ingredients that you need or the materials that you need beforehand, and then you can kind of do it along with us. This time was just kind of like off the wall. We're just like, dude, we should like make some food while we talk because it'll just be a little bit more calm, I think.
Like more
This
personal,
is just more personal. It just feels like we're just hanging out eating dinner with you guys. But which is totally what it is. It's Sunday night dinner time. Like this is dinner time. But
The sauce is pretty much done. The noodles as well.
awesome.
Just what Mikey was prepping there.
Yeah, I got a timer on the rolls, and that'll be our.
Cool. I got one more thing to say. The person that you guys are gonna meet, hopefully in the near future when he has more time, is our friend Clay. I don't know. Did you bring up Clay already?
I've not brought up Clay, but
Okay.
I dabbled on with the audio engineering. Just
Cool.
So you can take it away.
Clay is solid audio engineer, but he also has been getting into videography and just video editing in general. So he really wants to be a part of, or I'd really like for him to be a
think
part
we
of
all
this
do.
project. And instead of me running over to the computer and the camera and everything, he'll kind of be the behind the scenes person. And obviously, I would love to have him on to. I love audio engineering, and I've put a lot of time into it, but he's gone to school for it, and he's been able to kind of do it a bit more consistently, professionally consistently. And I got the knockoff, like hole in the wall sound. I kind of like I'll call it a ghetto sound, but he has a really polished. He really understands his terminology, and I'd really love for him to be able to teach you guys and show you his process, because I don't know, audio engineering is such a cool thing to understand. It's just there's not a lot of opportunities for starting out musicians unless you want to just pay this like really big upfront fee, or you're just lucky enough to have friends. Like I was very fortunate enough to grow up with musicians, and like just the people I'm around. Like I live in a jam house / studio that we've created with all of our savings throughout the last 10 years. So there's not, if I did this all myself, I probably wouldn't be close to where I am right now without the help and the resources from all my friends. So the fact that I was fortunate, I hope that all my friends, we all like kind of giving back. So if there's a chance for us to help you understand something that you want to learn, seriously, like this is totally the platform that we're willing. If I have the resources and the time and the money, we'll work on a project.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to work on something with us, seriously, reach out. Like especially in this early of our evolution, I don't know. Like maybe in a year, if there's a big enough following, like I hate the idea of having to not take every project that comes on, but there might come that time. So really understanding that this is the time. This is really the time to work on something with us before we have this following. Because I mean, we do have a following on a few other things, but the concept of Over the Way is new. We have a big following personally in our own lives,
Yeah.
but building a brand for something new It's gonna be interesting for a little while, but once it gets going, I don't want to feel like we're ignoring you, because we're not. But yeah, please let us know if you want to learn something.
Yeah, I also hopefully want to have our work team grow as far as our like community. That way we could have so many projects going on, and hopefully maybe different channels, but like maybe different like episodes, or very specific areas where we can feature a type of art that someone is particularly into, and hopefully that we have the manpower and the time to just like make sure everybody's heard and or at least featured.
Truthfully.
Yeah, working on this is going to take time from all of us, but we really want to do it. It's hard to work a full-time job or multiple jobs and also do this stuff, but we really want to, is why we're doing it.
And one of the biggest things, like I know I'm gonna have to tell myself this and tell these guys this and keep reminding us of this concept, but also reminding you guys. I mean, so often, like, people will have really cool ideas or just like have the drive to complete something or create something. It's just the consistency is so, like you just said, it's so hard to like continually do things, because like, how long has this been in the works? Like, me and Thomas, we had a podcast, a vlogcast that we started 4 years ago, and it just kind of fizzled out because we were busy, and it wasn't worth the amount of stress that we were getting, I think.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point, is there's not a lot of people willing to put that time and that work in. So the more you just push and continue to create, even if it's not the best thing. Like, I mean, today we didn't have exactly everything in order. We were just like, let's make some food and let's talk about the concepts we want to complete. Let's just do something. Let's not do something, because if we don't do something, we're gonna get out of practice. Let's just practice in front of a camera at least. And it goes the same for the people at home. Like, you see that guitarist on the side of the road who's busking, and he's making a bunch of money, and he's phenomenal. He's just really good. And you're like, man, how did you do that? He's just like, a lot of musicians or artists are not going to know what to say to that. It's just like, honestly, like, I mean, I've played for 20 years, and I play for like 6 hours a day. And not, like, again, like, not a lot of people, like, I can't consider myself a musician. I love music. I love putting time in when I'm in the mood. But I'm not, I typically nowadays won't just like go to my guitar and practice for 4 hours. Like, if you want to be a musician, that's kind of what you have to do. If you want to get good at something, you have to put that time in, even when you're not exactly happy to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely put the practice in early on to learn it. So, oh man.
We're good.
He's alive, folks. It's okay.
Off-screen crash.
The noodles are left.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that could have been bad. What I was saying though is like you must have put the practice in early on to learn it though and stuff. So
I did put a lot of time in. When people come up to me after us playing a show, like, you did a phenomenal job. It's just that reiteration of like, I pretty much made myself go insane when I was younger, and that's all I focused on. Like, I literally would go home, I'd practice my songs. I got accepted to the national choirs, and it's not like I was just like, oh, I'm in national choir, like I'll practice later. No, I went home every day, I practiced, and that's all I did. And I mean, in junior high, doing a specific art form, you're not exactly the most popular kid in school, like, legitimately, especially being a musician or dancer in Wyoming. Man, I got made fun of for a lot of time. I just poured that stress right back into my art, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, everybody has those times when you're doing something. I mean, at least in high school, if you're a football player, you probably didn't experience this. But
no, I think, and I can't say that it doesn't happen for other people, because I think everyone has that feeling in their hearts of just like they're not accepted by their peers, especially as a teenager or a junior high kid, a teenager and a teenager. Like, we all have that, like, we don't fit in with the people we're around because we're different, and that's just like the human thing.
Oh yeah, I think everyone goes through that kind of psyche.
Truthfully. It does feel like sports do get a lot of recognition sometimes.
oh, yeah,
I feel like that's
way
the-
more than anything else.
It's like the particular topic that has the most limelight on it at times,
But
especially growing up.
It's so interesting. I was having this conversation with in that COVID interview. It's not actually in the video, but one of the conversations we had is just like, art is literally everywhere. Like we're looking, he give the example, like we're doing the Zoom chat. Like there was an artist that went in and designed how that even works. Like millions of people are using that platform to converse with each other every day. And the only way that it got to that point was an artist or a technology. Like it was a guy who was really good at technology, but he was artistically formulating stuff that was easily accessible.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, even with sports, man. I mean, we got it's so blown up, and the marketing behind it. Like those are artists putting this like.
Yeah, they're honestly
idea behind it.
what they accomplish on the field or anywhere is an art form, because all the practice gets drawn into physical, physical building.
All right, fellas. Let's go grab our food. You guys can go ahead. I'll chill over me.
I moved the camera, I think.
No.
No, I didn't. I failed.
Fail.
Fail. We'll do this.
Now it's on me. I wasn't ready.
That's how I felt with the dope pop thing. I was like, here we go. And it's gone.
Right.
Oh, grab your food, Tommy.
Oh, there they are. I was looking for these things, and then I found them.
Heck yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, but all turned out really well, considering we were talking the whole time and didn't really pay much attention.
I mean, everything is burnt, but it's good.
Delicious. Yeah.
It's deliciously burnt.
Check those rolls. That might be the only thing that has
Jelly roll.
a little bit of time. They're getting there.
They're getting jelly.
They're getting a little jelly.
I hope the camera's not still on me, because I'm very boring.
Oh no, the camera's definitely on you.
Oh.
It's
Hello. I got noodles.
This man's got some dudes.
Dude, bro, you got some dudes.
Dude, so it was fun to do this. Next time, it would be cool to go through what we're doing. Or, like I said, film a video beforehand where we like go over what's involved and what, how I prep things for this, or how any of us do if we're doing it, Hope y'all got that. Yeah, that was the message that I wanted to send.
Alright, Mike, go grab your food, bro.
That was an intentional silence. Just so everyone understands that that was not awkward. That was intentional.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, I guess it was awkward, but it was intentionally awkward.
That makes it okay.
We are good at this.
We are good human connection.
Talk to it.
Talk to.
Please talk to
Oh, like a little more, a little less.
It's pretty soft.
They're pretty soft. Not like
in a good way.
Not like wet soft,
Yeah.
Like wet soft, but like
Here's the plate, yo.
You ever try wet
nice.
Onion.
Isn't nice?
You pass the onion, and you sprinkle the onion. Onion.
Onion.
I think that's actually pretty solid.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll get rolling well.
Rolling.
I had a second to check out the fan art too. It is a me, but cultivating a little characteristic. I don't know if it'll translate well.
Yeah, maybe I might have to do the other camera, but it should go through.
The text.
We'll post it.
We're gonna clip it. We'll clip that. But the characterization's awesome. Thank you so much, Colton.
Tony, you got knives, bro? I've been looking around for knives for like 3 minutes.
You did not say guy used words, Thomas.
Yeah,
It's in the second drawer down, bro.
Man, I should have checked.
You should have checked.
I've been walking around for 4 minutes, bro.
I looked in the top one 3 times. I don't know why, dude. You can't.
Nothing like the 4-minute walk around.
The 4-minute walk.
That's because I was thinking about what Mikey was saying, alright? I was listening.
You know, listening is important.
A very important feat. I grabbed it nice. I'll move your leg.
That's not annoying.
That's cool. I wonder
That's
how he
annoying.
made that though.
I know. I'm
How
very
did
interested.
you make that? Tell us. Tell us. No, don't tell us. Don't tell us your secrets.
No.
They're your secrets.
Oh no, I just realized something.
I'm very honored that you made it though. What's that, Tom?
That the audio for the webcam might be messed up.
Oh no.
If it is, then no one's been able to hear us this whole time.
No, they can probably hear us, but it might be that whole thing of like the mouths aren't synced up with the spooples.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't recalibrate. Poopy.
And I pooped. And
Where'd you get that plate?
Oh, okay, you searched. That's awesome.
Oh,
I never hear anything. Everything else, I'm like, I can't see it. I'm grabbing it myself. I just knew where they were. Trial and error, my friend.
Trial and error.
Awesome sauce.
It's doubled on this can.
It's what?
Double. He says.
Double?
Colton says it's double.
Oh, it's double. Oh, like the audio?
Yeah, no, there's definitely gonna be a bit of doubling because there's microphones far away from us that are picking us up as well.
Same time, yeah.
So I'm just worried about the audio syncing with our mouths, so it looks like we're actually saying the words instead of like a really badly dubbed anime.
Mm-hmm. Which could be
pretty fun in itself.
Yeah, that's great. Why would you knock that?
I would definitely love to be in a band with that band.
Yeah, totally. Totes my guts. Well, my friends at home. I think that we are gonna call it, so we're not just eating on stream.
I was about to ask you that. I was like, are we just gonna
Yeah,
start?
no,
I was
we're-
just gonna display our plates here. Let's come over here. I don't know where the fuck.
You gotta go to the left, bro. Bro.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
Ta-da. Roll spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
One day I will show you the actual recipe.
That would be very fun to do. I thought of an idea of like we have a cook-off as well.
Oh, you
in the
going
future.
down?
I
Down.
think we all take something that we're all decently good at and then see if we can transition
I like
it.
that. I like that. Also, if you have ideas for us to cook stuff, not that this is going to be just a cooking show.
This is
If you
now
want
a
to see us
cooking
cook
show.
something ridiculously hard, let us know. Because I think that'd be hilarious. Something that we don't know how to make.
Oh, it's gonna go horribly wrong, but it's gonna be great in the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Please share those with us. I guess you could also use the hashtag #OverTheWayProduction.
No, it's just Over the Way Pro.
Over the
Hashtag
Way
Over the Way
Pro.
Pro.
Yes, we have a yum.
Thank you, America.
But again, this is Tomasio, Mikey Segi,
Hello.
and AytuC.
Yes.
You guys have a beautiful week. We're not streaming next week. We only stream 3 times every month. So next week is kind of our week off. Except we're just gonna hang out and edit.
Plan and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be our planning week, so we're a little bit more on top of it for you next month. But yeah. So the very next time we are going to see you is in 14 days.
Awesome.
14 days from now, and it's gonna be art news. So we're just gonna it's gonna be very informal, kind of like this, but we're gonna bring up specific art events that we want to talk about. I know that it's not so local, but Unis Honest just got over, and we haven't had a chance to really talk about that.
Yeah.
Some of you don't know what that is, and we're not gonna explain what it was. We're just gonna explain
Yeah.
not what it was.
You had to be there.
You had to be
You
there,
had
guys.
to.
Really did have to be there.
Jeez, you really had to be there.
But what a great psychology.
You had to be
or
there for a
philosophy.
whole year, and you missed out the whole year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have a beautiful night. Again, let us know if you have any questions. Memento mori.
He was there.
Yes, he was there. I did want to say, Leo, Colton, Fab, thank you all so much, and Miss T. Hoylman for following along. I only said Miss because I know who it is. That's about all. I'm not assuming. But thank you all so much for jumping in and watching us and hanging out for a bit. You know, definitely the reason why we're here, the foundation.
Exactly, building that strong foundation. You guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Super appreciated. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
See you in 2
that was a good
weeks.
one.
Bye, y'all.
Blah.
been feeling worthless and perfect. You hit me where it hurts. You put the blade right on my wrist and slid until it spurts out blood red. Dead. That's just how I'm feeling. You tell me that you love me, but there you go, leaving. Why? You're so surprised. You're a demon in disguise. These past 2 weeks, all I've been doing is crying, tired of putting on my effort, but never receiving. You tell me I'm a piece of shit and that I really feel it. I'm not enough and I'm sorry.